What's up guys? So in one of my previous videos, I showed you how you can use the VLOOKUP function in Excel to search up values within a selected table. Well, in this video, I'll be showing you a much more dynamic and flexible version of this using the index match functions. Now, the index match functions is a combination of two separate functions, the index function and the match function. Now, the index function returns the value of a cell from the table range based on the intersection of the row number and the column number. So if we were to type out equals to index, and we can see that we have three arguments, the array, row num, and the column num. Now, the array argument is the selected table range, or the table range that you want to use. The row num is the row number that you want to choose from the table range, and the column num is the column number that you want to choose from the table range. So let's use this table from the VLOOKUP video as an example. Let's choose the entire table as the array from A1 through D12, comma. Now let's say we want to return the value for $175,300 from the company average salary. So we can see that this value is in row 7 and it's in column 4, column number 4 here. So if we wanted to return this value, we would enter 7 as the row number and enter 4 as the column number and then close parentheses. Now if we press enter, we get 175,300 back, which is what we wanted from the result. Now you can just imagine that to help visualize this, you can just imagine there's like a line going through the row number that you want to choose from, so going all the way to the right, and then from column D as well, you want to make a line that's going down and it reaches the intersection point for 175,300. Now the index function by itself isn't very useful, but it's generally used in conjunction with other functions like the match function, which I'll be going over right now. The match function is used to return the relative position of an item in an array. So for example, let's say we have three numbers, 45, 65, and 85. Spread across three columns, and we want you to find the position for 85. 45 is the first position in the array, 65 is in the second position, and 85 is in the third position. So we should be getting back the number 3 from the match function. So we can type out equals to match. The lookup value will be 85, comma. The lookup array will be these three numbers from F3 to H3, comma. And then the match type will be 0 for exact match. Now, when we press enter, we get back 3, which is what we wanted. Now, instead of doing it across 3 columns, we can also do it based on 3 rows or multiple rows. So we can have the same numbers, 45, 65, and 85. Let's say we wanted to find the position for 45. We should be getting back 1. So if we type out equals to match, the lookup value will be 45, comma. Lookup array will be from F5 to F7, and the match type will be 0 for exact, close parentheses, and we get back 1 as a result. Now the match function isn't just limited to numbers. We can also put in characters in the array as well. So we can have this example: A, the number 55, number 99, and the open bracket here. And if we wanted to use the match function to find the position of the open bracket, we should be getting back 4. So we can do equals to match. Now this time, when you're entering a string, when you're entering a character instead of a number as a lookup value, you have to close it in quotation marks, or you can select the cell directly. Either way works fine. So you can do open quote, open bracket, and then close the string. The lookup array will be from K5 to K8, and the match type will be 0, and we should be getting back 4, which we do. Now that we've gone over the basics of the index and the match functions, let's combine them together to create something that's better than the VLOOKUP function. So first, let's remove all these data points here. So let's use the index match function to find the employee salary of someone who works at Amazon, which in this case is $114,000. So we can have here, since Amazon will be the row, and our column will be employee salary. Our output should be 114,000. So when starting the index match function off, you want to equals, and you always want to type out index first. Now the array is the entire table region here, so we want to select this entire table, and the row num and the column num will be the two match functions, which I mentioned before. As the match function returns the relative position, so we'll have match for row num and match for column num. So comma, match. Now we want to look up value, so let's focus on the row first. The second argument in the index function will always be the row, and the third argument will be the column number. So for the first match function, we need the lookup value of Amazon, comma, and the array is the column that Amazon is located in, which in this case will be from A1 through A12. And the match type will be 0. For the second match function, will be the column number, so match. We have the lookup value for employee salary, so we can select that, or we can type it out directly as well. Either is fine. The lookup array will be the entire region from row 1, from A1 to D1, and match type will be 0. Now you'll notice that there's an overlap between the column and the rows in A1. That's because that's by design, as you want the intersection of these two to be at the beginning of the table region, or the selected table region. Otherwise, your index match function will get messed up. Let's close it off and press enter, and we get 114,000, which is shown here. So that was an overview of how to use the index match function as a search tool. And if you found this to be helpful in learning how to use the function, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content in the future.